That's my question.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Graham from Unearthed, and today we are with the legend himself, Dave Tap Taylor, with his Equinox on the Unearthed test bed. First time we've used the Equinox on here. Now, for you guys that are using the Equinox, Dave's quite a seasoned pro, as I like to say, with the Equinox. And would you like to show us what settings you're using for pasture, Dave?
Well, on here I've just decided to use field 1. Right. And I've put the recovery speed to 4. Yeah. We're near buildings and everything, so there's quite a lot of iron on here. So I've got the iron bias set at 4 as well. Right.
So iron bias is 4.
Yeah. Recovery speed at 4.
4. What about your sensitivity?
The sensitivity is whacked right up to 23. Right. I could go more if I want. Yeah. If it was quieter, I could whack the recovery speed down to 2. Yeah. And that'll give you more depth for pasture. Okay. And also same with the iron bias, I could whack that down to 0 if it was quiet. Right.
So the settings that you're using on this, you've had quite a lot of success with it, haven't you?
Yeah, especially on pasture. Right. But I always alter it. I can go to field 2. It's a little bit more noisier. Right. It depends if you find a nice little area, busy area with medieval stuff. You could maybe put it in field 2. Yeah. And then whack your iron bias down to 0, just so you're getting the most out of it and you're picking up everything. Your recovery speed on pasture, I reckon 4 or 3 is about perfect.
Right. So is there anything else that any other settings in there that you're using, or is that it?
That's it at the moment. I mean, so field 1 and field 2. Two-tone, I like two-tone because that's what I've been used to all these years with all my other machines. Right. A lot of people use 5-tone. Yeah. A lot of people use 50-tone. It's no good for me.
So
it does my head. So
it's preference.
Yeah, definitely.
So these are your settings that you do quite well with. Yeah. And you were out yesterday and you got a gold ring and some silver coins as well, which is
gold ring coming at 10. Right. I mean, it's quite low. I mean, I've heard gold is quite low on this, but
is that your first bit of gold with the Equinox?
Second bit of gold with the Equinox, actually.
Oh, good. That's good.
But yeah, they've always been quite low numbers with me.
Excellent.
I think Hazel had a gold ring with hers as well.
Right.
I don't know what numbers that came up at.
So this is just a standard setup. You've got what looks like
I've got a
aftermarket
carbon shaft on it.
Right,
and then it's slightly lighter and less wobbles.
Down the standard coil.
Yep. So
you've got no preference about using no desire to move over to the sort of 15-inch at the moment.
I'm quite happy with the depth on the standard coil.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Good little discussion there, Dave. Should we have a go at hitting some of these targets?
Yeah. I've got it on all metal, so.
Ah, right. That's another thing. Yeah.
You can't really hear it without your headphones. You can hear it better with your headphones on.
So would you, for the users out there that are watching this and they're just trying to get to grips with the Equinox, would you advise them to put it on all metal all the time?
I would put it on all metal.
Right.
And then if it's really noisy and it's doing your head in, then you can just turn the all metal off.
So the advantage is?
The advantage is you can hear all the iron in the ground.
Right, so you know
what's going on.
You know what's under your feet, right? Okay. Well, give it a go, because up here we have got some silver buried next to some iron. So you want to have a little spin over.
Oh. I always change direction just to make sure.
Right. So when you hit a target, you're changing direction just to.
That's 28, so it's got to be a big copper.
It's a Georgian copper. Copper. Oh, Victorian copper. Georgian copper Victorian. So I'm not being.
How deep have you got that buried?
It's only down about 5 inches.
Right.
So that's not going to be a problem for the Equinox.
No, so I'm getting it.
Yeah, you get with the coil risen off. Yeah, not a problem, mate.
Right.
I mean, some of these coins on here are quite shallow. There's another one.
That's another 28.
Yeah, that'll be another copper coin, mate. There's loads of coins buried on here.
And how long have you had them buried on for?
Well, up to 10 years, some of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're well bedded in. So that's not. I mean, this test bed. There's not going to be a great deal on here.
That possibly. If I step that way, it's gone. So that's iron.
So what you've hit it. Let's see.
I've hit a signal.
Right. So you've hit a signal.
Bouncy, it's not as loud as the rest.
Right.
And then if I step that way,
wiping it.
If you can sit, you can't really hear it, but you can hear the iron in the background with the all metal on.
The hum, right. So that's a good hint and a good tip for people. If they hit a target and they're a bit unsure about it, maybe turn 180 degrees and it'll wipe it.
That's a 16.
Yeah, well that's a silver coin, believe it or not. If I remember rightly, in judging where it is on the test bed, it'll be a Victoria sixpence tap.
Right.
Would that be about right, what you're finding them at?
Yeah. It could vary from 16 to 24.
Right. That's not very deep, by the way. Again, 6 inches, 7 inches.
That's the same one, isn't it?
And if we put them down, these coins any deeper, a lot of the machines, the introductory machines and lower level machines, just simply don't touch them. Now this is a lot of iron round here.
That's coming up at 12.
As Tat can show you. Now there is a gold ring on here. Whether that is it, I'll have to get my little map out. I think that is
that
it.
could be a small hammered as well.
No, it isn't hammered. The hammered are further up.
Right, move on from that then.
So
it's definitely a diggable target.
Yeah. It's hitting most targets pretty well, isn't it?
Very quiet. I mean, I know it's quite a lot of iron because I can hear it. But
yeah,
it's
there is.
Performing quite well.
Yeah. I'll see if I can come on the other side of you so I can get a bit of a better experience of videoing you.
See, that's
wiped it.
only getting it one way.
So if you come back round here, the machine's registering it as a signal. There.
Jumping all over the numbers.
Are all over the place. Yeah, you're just going to ignore that, aren't you?
Yeah, a step this way, it's gone.
Right. That's good. A good little hint. Good little tip for you guys that are using the Equinox. Yeah, impressive, mate. I mean, it is a formidable machine on the pasture. You guys have proved it. It's a real deep seeker, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Doesn't seem to be a lot of difference in depth, what I found with a bigger coil.
Right.
But obviously you're getting more ground coverage with a bigger coil.
Yeah, of course. And as you can hear, it's reading the iron and rejecting it. And there's a good target, Dave.
That's a 12.
Yeah. Now that could be. We talked about the gold ring, didn't we? That's it. That's it, mate.
Well, that makes sense because I mean my gold ring coming at 10 yesterday.
Well, this is it's split. It's not a full ring. I found it years and years ago, and it's actually split. So if we can see the numbers on the screen hitting the gold ring, and there it is.
Also,
and it'll be a 1940s ring. I think the hallmarks.
Also could be enamored at that nut. Them sort of
in them numbers, yeah. So it has no problem with the gold. And
that's
iron.
coming in at 3. So that probably could be a little tiny bit of foil or something.
Yeah, a bit of junk. So that's quite close to the gold, and it's rejected that and picked the gold up, I would say, Dave, yeah?
Yeah.
Again, wipe the iron out. So there's a lot of natural iron on here, and there's a lot of iron that we've put in, like nails and things. So it's a really good...
That's
a low number, so that'd be foil or something and junk.
It's just not quite.
Even though it's giving a good two-way signal, you wouldn't dig it because of the
like 2 to 3.
So you would ignore it because of the low numbers.
I would.
Yeah.
If in Cumbria I would.
Right.
But I mean, if I was down south, I'd dig everything. I'd dig everything because there's more chance of you getting something. You don't really get round here.
But even the low numbers digging on the arable stuff down south would
I would dig it.
And we don't seem to have a problem at all with any electromagnetic interference, folks, because we're right under the power lines here and there's no noise whatsoever apart from what it's reading in the ground.
Always noise cancel it as soon as you turn it on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty much, you can have a wander up that way, Tat, as well, if you want, mate. There's quite a lot of targets on here. You've just got to walk over and be patient to find them. I'm used to them because I'm used to detecting on it, but
no.
Rejecting it. There's a lot of iron in here. It gives the machine a good workout, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. A lot of iron there.
Right, just stop what you're doing, Tat, because I want to just talk through other things on here, but before we finish. So you're using it on field 1, the Equinox, and you think that's probably the best setting mode, if we call it a mode?
It's the best setting to start off on, I would, yeah.
Have you explored any of the others on there, such as
I've explored,
beach,
I've had beach mode going on pasture.
Right, and what was that like?
The discrim on it's very good. If you're just wanting to cut out. If you find a bit of land where it's really noisy and you're fed up, and you get fed up, I'd stick it on beach mode.
Right.
But what I would do is I'd put it into 2 tones.
Yeah.
I think beach mode set onto 50 tones as standard.
Right. So you change the settings on it. Yeah. What about park?
I've never used it.
Right.
It's probably got this scrim's probably too much. It's going to cut out a lot of hammered coins and so on park mode.
And of course our friend the gold mode. You've not even had a chance to look at that, I guess, on the beaches.
Not even had. I don't do a lot of beaches, so.
Right. So, well, I hope that helps, folks. I mean, it's the first whizzer we've give over the on the Unearthed test bed, as you can see. There's loads of targets buried in here. We'll probably have a little mess about for a bit longer, but it's been helpful for me, certainly, to have another detector on here, a multi-frequency machine, and see how it handles it. And I must admit, the Equinox is a formidable beast.
Very stable, very quiet.
Yeah, very quiet machines. And and you rate them on depth on hammered,
Oh
don't you?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
And in amongst the cork and hot rocks.
You don't pick any hot rocks up, and they find hammered in between the hot rocks. No problem.
That's a big bonus, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Dave. Well, thanks for that, mate. And I hope that helps, folks. Any comments? Leave them underneath the thread in the film, and I'll see you for the next episode of Detecting Talk. Thanks very much for watching.